And we're live.
All
So,
right.
all
Awesome.
right. Hello and welcome, everybody. I just want to thank you for joining us. I'm Julie Parker. I'm a Houston entrepreneur and a meetup organizer, and I am super excited to have my special guest with me tonight. I'll tell you about her in just a second, but her topic is, let me see if I can, I'm a little bit new at the, and be live again. So let me scroll down and get the topic. And where did the topic go to? Anyway, creating rockstar joint ventures and affiliate partnerships to grow your business. So before I introduce my guest, I want to give you a little introduction. Tammy Lawman is a master networker and one of the top joint venture and affiliate managers in the personal and development industry. She's also the creator of How to Become a Rockstar JV and Affiliate Manager Master Training Program, where you can create solid and reliable work from anywhere career that fulfills you and allows you to connect and co-create with incredible authors, speakers, and experts in any industry that you love. She's the co-founder of Be Your Own Leader, which provides resources to help people in their personal development, develop key skills and qualities to be a leader and grow their business. One of the resources is Be Confident Online Conference and 7-Day Challenge to help you harness your inner power and create unstoppable self-confidence. Who doesn't love that, right? So Tammy Lawman, welcome, and thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited to have you here. Awesome. All right. Great. Uh-oh. Are you still there? There we go. Okay. Pardon the navigating in here. It's a little bit new. Anyway, we have Tammy Lawman. Before I go on, I wanted to just mention to you all, thank you for being here with us. If you're joining us live, please feel free to comment in the feed below, post any questions you might have because we'll answer them live. Okay, so Tammy, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure.
And how you got into it?
Yes. So I've been in the industry with my own business for about 8 years. I got into the business after I went through a period of time where I was on like a corporate track, and I was in sales, and I went into sales management, and I felt like I had gotten this promotion I liked, and then I wasn't enjoying myself. I didn't like my job. I didn't really enjoy getting up in the morning. And it just got to the point where it was like, okay, I have to make a change. And I felt like, the biggest failure in the world. But I left that job, and my husband and I traveled for 3 months across the country. And then when I got back, I started taking a look at other jobs and stuff I enjoyed doing. And I ended up at a company where I learned all about online products and information products and training programs and the joint venture and affiliate partnerships. And I worked there for about 3 years. I really enjoyed it. And then I got laid off, and I said, okay, great. Now it's time for me to start my business. So I was laid off on a Friday, and I had my first client by Monday.
Wow, that's fast.
So yeah, and it ended up, my first client was one of my JV and affiliate partnerships partners that I had worked with and knew and had gotten to know. And when I started doing outreach and contacting people to say, hey, I just started my own business, can I help you? They were the first people to respond, and they were like, we have the perfect project for you. So that's how I got started.
That's awesome. I'm impressed. Kudos to you.
Well, I mean, it's the whole power of networking. And when you're constantly making contacts with people and connections, when you have a time of need like that, you have a huge resource to pull from.
Exactly.
And you just have to reach out and ask.
Exactly. Okay. So can you tell us what a joint venture and affiliate partnership is?
Sure, I know it sounds complicated. I think my family, every time I see my family, they're like, what do you do again? So I'm constantly explaining it to people. So an affiliate is basically someone who agrees to promote your product or service in exchange for receiving some type of benefit, like a commission. So for instance, if you have a product that you sell for $197, this person promotes, you may give them a 50% commission if they send you someone who buys your product.
Okay.
So there's a tracking system that you can give someone a link for. It's a link that's custom or unique just to them and tracks back to their affiliate account. So anytime they share that link, their referrals get tagged to their account, and when they buy a product, it generates a commission for them. So that's a very simple term, and people can be affiliates for just about anything. I mean, Home Shopping Network has an affiliate program. So if you have a product that you love, you can become an affiliate for that.
I didn't know
that. Tons of different companies have an affiliate program or referral service. Uber is one, Lyft, they all will do an affiliate link or give you some kind of referral fee for referring people to them. And so basically you can be an affiliate in any industry for, just about any product. And there are all kinds of different tracking systems. Some are better than others, but it's pretty common. And when the joint venture comes into play, it's you and another company or two entities or organizations that come together for a shared purpose or goal, and they share in revenues, commissions. They might share leads. So those can be set up any number of ways, and you can get very creative with that.
Okay.
For instance, I represented an offer for many, many years for a person who trained people to be life coaches. And we had a launch twice a year. So I would go out and network and make connections with people, and they would agree to promote during the launch. And we would usually offer some kind of free gift to bring people in and give them a lot of value to come in. And then once they were tagged, they would go through our sales process. And at one point they would be offered the program. And if they signed up, our affiliates earned commissions on that. And then for our top 12 partners from those launches, because people are protective of their list and they can't promote for everyone, they would review that person's offers and say, okay, this product is a good fit for my audience. I'll promote that for you. So we would reward our top 12 partners by reciprocating for them and promoting for them at some point later. So, Company A would promote Company B's product and earn a commission and send leads. Company B would promote Company A's product and send leads to them and earn commissions on their product. Okay. So it's just a basic exchange of, I'm going to share your product with my audience. You're going to share your product with, your product with my audience, and we're going to share in all the revenues and commissions.
What a great idea, and a brilliant way to really expand your business and to reach out. And I mean, it's collaboration.
Yeah, it is.
I think it's amazing. Yeah.
And the great part is you're choosing who you're collaborating with. So you're choosing people that you probably know, like, and trust anyway, people that you would tell other people about anyway.
Okay.
And that's one of the big things that I recommend people do is they only promote products and services that they would put their stamp of approval on and feel comfortable recommending.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you want to test out most people I recommend you go through and either have someone on your team or you go through their funnel, make sure that their, marketing practices are something that you would align with and approve of, and that their products are of the quality that you would approve of. So, you want to take good care of your audience and only recommend things that you are of the highest quality and are going to really help someone.
That makes sense. Okay. So I'm sure people start in this, or attempt to get involved in this or to do this somehow. What mistakes do people make commonly when they're creating a joint venture affiliate partnership?
So one of the things that I think people do is they go into it and they try to contact people that they don't know and they make the ask a little bit too soon. So they don't get to know the person or show how they can provide value or show how they can provide a win-win solution. So that's one of the big things I talk about is, even though I represent a client, I go into every partnership going, okay, how can I represent my client and get the best value for my client? But how can I also create value for my partner?
Right. Okay.
And that's one of the ways that I, over the years, have been able to create such long-term relationships with people, is because I do care about both sides and making sure my partners are taken care of as well as my client.
Well, everybody wins. Yeah.
Yes. Yep. So both sides, get some benefit. It's a mutual benefit. And when both sides win, those are the type of people who are going to come back to you again and again and try to create further partnerships with you. So one thing I recommend with people is when you're getting to know your partners is to get on a phone call with them. I spend a lot of time on email and communication with people, but the very first time I meet with someone, I always meet with them on the phone or on a video chat, because I want to get a real feel for them, how they operate, how they like to communicate, and really dig into, what kind of audience do they have? What is their audience like? What kinds of offers are going to work best for their audience? And, if they're even willing and open to reciprocation, and, what their goals are, because as with I don't know if you follow Zig Ziglar, if you help enough people get what they want, you can get what you want.
Right.
So it's all about getting to know them and understanding their needs and goals, and then aligning that with the needs and goals of your client.
Okay, that makes sense. I thought there was a question that popped up and it went away as soon as it came. Anyway, yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense. And I just wanted to mention that I see we have some people on with us. If you have questions, please post them in the chat so that Tammy can answer them for you.
Yeah, and just to give you another example, in case people are having a hard time, I can take it down to a simpler level. For example, if someone sells birdseed, you've got a company where you sell birdseed, and you meet this guy who builds bird feeders, and they're beautiful, and it's not the same product you sell, but your audience is, if they're interested in birdseed, they're probably interested in bird feeders. Then you guys can work together. They can promote your product on their site, you can promote theirs on their site. So you're doubling the reach of your audience at that point. And that's one of the reasons that people do joint ventures, and why they can be so hugely successful, is because you're not constantly promoting the same thing to your audience over and over, because after a period of time, there's going to be it's going to be, the message is going to get worn out, or it's not going to be heard, or they're going to look at it and say, oh, I've seen this before. So
Exactly.
You've got to constantly have new people coming into your list, or present that offer to, or that product to, new audiences.
That makes sense. And I think it's smart, because you're introducing people to new concepts and ideas that would be in alignment with whatever it is your industry is, or whatever your product or service is.
Yep. Absolutely.
Awesome. Okay. All right. Any questions at this point? I don't see any questions yet. Okay. So how does somebody start building a network to create something like this?
Well, you've got your meetup group, so I'm
Right.
sure a lot of your people are already really, have a great network to pull from. So, with your meetup and your Facebook group, you can interact with people, get to know them, find out, like I said, invite them to a 10-minute chat so you can get to know them better after you research their site and decide that, it's a potential good fit. And just be curious about people. If you're at a party and you're talking to other people, ask them about their business, ask them about their work and what they do. I find that just being interested in other people starts that conversation.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of times, and when I first started out, I started out with a small list of contacts. And over time that's grown. So I have probably over 3,000 contacts in my database now.
Wow.
Just over time, looking at the different products that I've represented, and then I would go and research online and say, okay, first I would identify the target audience that I wanted to connect with, and the audience that would best resonate with the offer that I was representing. And then I would go out and use, key terms to search on the web and look for different websites and brands that look like a match for that. And a lot of times you can't tell just from looking at their site or their products, but you can kind of make an educated guess of, okay, this product looks similar, or this looks like something, my ideal audience, or my ideal, what I've built up as my ideal client would look like. Right. And that's when you find out their contact info. Most people will have it on their website, on a contact page, their phone number or their email address. And you just send them a short email saying, hey, I was checking out your site. I think there could be potential for cross-promotion opportunities or ways we can support each other. Would you like to hop on a 10-minute call to discuss this? And most times people will respond and say yes.
Easy enough.
Right? Easy.
The worst they can do is say no, right?
Yeah, yeah. And as long as you're not being totally annoying, which I tell myself sometimes I'm just being this much shy of annoying to people, because I do have like wish list partners on my list, and they're bigger fish, and they don't have as much time to contact people, and they don't always respond to every email that they get. But every once in a while, I'll drop them a line with something interesting or some kind of value that I can add for them, whether I've looked up an article that I think might be helpful for them, or I have, connected with a client that I feel is like the perfect fit for something that they're doing. So just trying to add value there, and taking tiny little steps, planting those little seeds to build that relationship with them.
Exactly. I think people appreciate that too.
Yeah. It's crazy how such a simple gesture, but people will remember that. People will definitely remember it.
They remember that over, I've been approached so many times, people either throwing their business card at me or shoving their brochure or their event down my throat. I'm like, do you even know anything about me? If I'd be even be a good fit, or if something I'd be interested in? And especially if you're calling them, they're not going to take your call unless it's something that they're interested in, or if you're providing value for them, or providing, something they're interested in. So
and I use LinkedIn a lot to do these connections as well. LinkedIn and Facebook on the social media. So I'll follow someone for a while.
Right.
You can comment on their posts and get a conversation going before you try to contact them personally. So maybe they've seen your name once or twice or 3 times on their posts, but it's like, okay, I remember seeing that person. They've taken an interest in my business. That way you can show them that you've really done your homework. Sometimes when I contact people via email, I'll look up their bios and find out if their companies, have a specific charity or some kind of passion project that they're working on.
Ooh, good idea.
And you can start a conversation that way. I always recommend you be genuine and it be something you're genuinely interested in. But if they represent a charity that you're also interested in, that you've donated to, you can always start a conversation. Say, hey, I noticed in your bio that you made considerable donations, or that you're a fan of this charity. That's something that's at the heart of what I believe in as well. And I felt like I wanted to make this connection. So you can pick up so many tidbits on people's mission and about pages on their websites.
That's also a really good idea, a good tip. And someone called it relationship marketing. You really kind of get to know them first before you start. And people appreciate that, because then they're not being bombarded, and they're more open to hear what you have to say as well, I think.
It is. I think that's the best kind, because you're building on a genuine interest in someone and a genuine caring. And for me, it doesn't feel like selling at that point. I'm providing value to you and offering you something that I think you need, whether, and I'm not here to convince anybody they need anything, but if I've got something that you feel that is a good fit for your audience, then let's work together.
Right. I love it. Okay. So, what would you say is the biggest way someone can increase their success doing a joint venture affiliate partnership?
Well, one of the other mistakes I see people make, and I think that people can learn a lot from, is exploring the different opportunities or ways that they can set up the partnerships. Like I said, there's no one way you can do it. So you might have someone that doesn't really do a lot of mailings to their list, but maybe they've got a podcast or a radio show. Ooh. Or they do interviews for their list. So that's another way that you can get introduced to their audience, as opposed to having them do, a solo email, which, there a lot of people will do solo emails for their partners, but they do try to limit the number of promotions they send out. So there's only so much room on everybody's calendar. But if you go to them and say, hey, let me create a specific piece of valuable content, something that your audience is interested in, and I'll do a 30-minute or a 45-minute training session. You can interview me, or I'll teach it, live. you can present that with that opportunity to people. So I think exploring those different ways that you can work with someone, I don't think there's any limit to it. I've seen people where they will, they don't really care about trading. They want to get new leads in, so they don't care about paying commissions or earning commissions on other people's products because their products convert so well. So they'll offer to trade just clicks. So for instance, you can go to someone and say, hey, I'll send you 500 clicks if you'll send me 500 clicks. Some people will do trades like that. Some people will do paid mailings. So you can offer to guarantee someone a certain amount to promote. And a lot of the bigger people look at earnings per click. So if they mail for you, they want to be guaranteed a certain percentage.
Right.
Because they know that their list performs. And if they send out that valuable mailing slot, they've got to earn a minimum on that.
Right.
So, and a lot with some bigger people that you want to do partnerships with, that makes sense to do something like that. If it fits within your budget. So there's a lot of different ways that you can explore partnerships and do things like that. I've seen other things where people get together and they create products together. So it's a total collaboration. One person will bring their skill set to it and provide this portion of a program, or they'll do a group coaching together. And, the other side will provide, their expertise and what they, what their work is all about. And then they join together. And a lot of times if you're doing live events like that, you're sharing in all the expenses as well. So,
yeah.
And then you're also having another person to promote the event or the product, because if they're a part of it, they're going to promote it. And I've seen it work like that. I just finished up a conference called the Be Confident Online Conference, which you were a guest on, which I loved. And I learned about face rating, which was very fascinating to me. And essentially that whole event was a joint venture between us and 30 speakers, because every speaker who spoke on the event agreed to mail to their list and share on social media and tell everybody about the event. And they got an affiliate link. So if any of the people they referred bought the, conference recordings, you earned a commission. Each speaker earned a commission. On the back end of it, every speaker offered a product at the end of the interview, and we were given an affiliate link. So anybody from the conference that purchased the product through our conference, we earned a commission on. And then there was a list building opportunity as well. So we had free gifts that that all the speakers offered. So we gave those to everyone who came into the event, who opted in as a participant. So each speaker had a chance to grow their list, and with all the referrals from the speakers, we had a chance to grow our list. So it's a total win-win all the way around.
It is. And I don't know if you heard an echo on your end. I heard one on mine. Oops.
Do what?
Do you hear an echo on your end?
Oh, I don't know.
Anyway, I'm glad it went away. It sounds like the more you do this, the more creative you can get with just different ways to collaborate, ways to make it work for you.
Yeah, I never turn down a phone call or a meeting with someone, because it inevitably something will come out of it.
Yeah.
It might not be apparent to me right away. Like I said, there's no set way to create any of this. All of it is it's unlimited by your imagination. And it's about finding out more about that person, how they operate and what's important to them, and then exploring those different ways. I met with someone earlier this week who it's like, okay, what if we did this? And he's like, no, I don't think that would work. I only, try to do that for my top clients. And I said, well, what about this? Would you like to be a speaker, or can I introduce you to, some podcast hosts or some radio show hosts? Yeah, that I would be interested in. So you really have to get to know people in order to explore those creative areas, or otherwise you don't know. And then the more that you create, you've got that in the back of your head of, oh, I did this with this person, so that worked well, and I can try that again. So yeah, there's a ton of ways you can do it. And people are so nice. I always tell people in the personal development industry are the nicest people in the world, because even when they're telling you no, they feel so bad that they can't help you. I mean, you are not afraid to ask, because you know that, you're going to be met with concern and care, and people are so friendly. They're willing to get on the phone with you to talk to you. And I've seen that with other industries as well. I've done some crossover in the health industry and the internet marketing industry. They're all a different breed of people. They like, some of them like to communicate a little differently. But it's just about getting to know that group and that audience, and then trying to fulfill the need.
Okay. That's it. I mean, ideas are just spinning in my head right now. And, in talking to people, it might not work at that point to work together or to do something together. Maybe you can refer people to someone else or do something later. So all kinds of options.
Yeah, you never know what will come out of it. I mean, I can have a conversation with someone today, and then a year from now I'll meet someone and it'll be like, oh, I'm interested in doing something like this. And I go back through my Rolodex in my head and I say, oh, I met this person. Let me introduce you to them. Right. Yeah. And it may not be the right time at that moment, but it might be later. So I have some partners that I've worked on for years. I have a huge, close relationship with them, but I've never actually done a JV with them. It's just the interaction over the years and the trying. And, it's like, okay, every time I meet a new person, if it's a good fit, I go to them and it's like, okay, let's explore this. I had one last year a JV that I worked on for 9 months before it happened. So, wow. And that was more due to timing and promo calendars, because most people's promo calendars book 3, 6, 9 months in advance. And then if something happens and they have stuff that gets pushed out, or they've got to rearrange their schedule, or they move a launch, then it's got to be rescheduled. So the details are important. And that's another thing that I see people do. They don't follow up.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They don't follow up. And one of the big things I teach is to always do what you say you're going to do.
Yes.
Over deliver and under promise.
Yes.
So people are going to remember if you promise one thing and you gave more. They're also going to remember it if you overpromise and you don't deliver. So, exactly. But you want to be remembered for the good part.
Right. A little more impact there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So can you share, is there a story in particular of a joint venture affiliate partnership that's unusual or interesting that you might like to share with everybody?
I think I've shared a lot of, most of the ones that I've done over the years have been through launches. So those are probably, I think, the most common. I know one thing that I think people look for is an offer that's converting. So, when you're looking at other people's offers, you want to ask certain questions about, and really take a look at their sales process, their funnel. I had something unusual happen last month where I created a partnership with a very longtime partner and a new client, and both the links were broken on both sides. So nothing's tracked.
Oh, no.
So this is like the worst case scenario. I mean, I've on occasion had it happen where, a link didn't work or didn't track on one side, but I've never had it happen where it didn't track on both sides.
Wow.
And just a testament to the people that, I work with and how understanding they are. They're like, it happens, let's try again. So if something does go wrong, it's not the end of the world. But if you've built up that relationship, and it's so funny because the one partner came to me and he said, I always love working with you because everything is always so perfect and runs smoothly. And I said, yep, I know. I guess in 10 years I was due for something to go wrong. But
that's not bad. One time in 10 years.
Well, I'm with that partner, I guess.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't happen very often because those systems are really, really reliable.
That's good. That's
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I've seen, two really, bigger people in the industry, best-selling authors come together and offer a group coaching program that was really successful, that never really got advertised to the public, that it was just something they offered internally to their list. And, was a really big ticket item. I've seen, people do public. Yeah. And it's fun, and it's so easy to deliver something like that. I mean, you can do a live call over Zoom or Skype and have a group on there, and everybody brings their questions and situations, and you can help coach them through it. I've seen a lot of live events where there's a lot of collaboration. So someone will host the event and then bring in speakers and either allow them to sell from the stage and share in the commissions, or either they do something like if they don't want them selling from the stage, like some people want you to come to an event and just get value, then they'll work out something on the back end where you can offer something to the group a month down the road or 2 months down the road. So like I said, they can be set up so many ways.
That's awesome. And it sounds like, well, I'm not going to jump ahead. So you have an ebook that you're a free gift for people who are interested, right?
Yes.
I'm looking for I'm trying to post this, and for some reason it doesn't want to. Let's see. So it's called How to Get Started as a Rockstar Joint Venture and Affiliate Manager. Let's see if this will show. I don't know why it's not showing. Anyway, I'm going to post in the feed below the link to access that.
Yeah. So I train people to be JV and affiliate managers because that's the business that I've learned and built and really where I've honed my skills and grown my knowledge in the last 8 years or so. And there are a lot of people who do their own joint venture and affiliate partnerships, but what I train people to do is to create your own business as a manager for people. And so you would be doing it for other people. You would have clients that you did this task for. So you're like a broker representing your client and connecting them with other people. And that's why I call myself a master connector, because I have one on this side, one on the other, and I find the solution and the win-win solution to connect them and help them become partners where they benefit on both sides.
I just love this concept, and I love the fact that you can do it from anywhere in any industry at any time.
You can, yeah, every industry. And there's such a huge need. I get a lot of people, at least 2 to 3, 4 people a month who come to me and want someone to help them. And so there is a huge need for it in all industries, and there aren't enough of us. And we're an awesome group of people. I mean, every JV and affiliate manager I know is super conscientious, caring, and just really loves the people that they're representing and, loves helping people. And that's what it's all about for me, is being able to help other people.
I love it. And I honestly didn't know there was such a thing.
Most people don't. I mean, once you explain the concept, it's like, oh, okay, I can see how that would work, but it's just putting a name to it, I think.
Well, I think part of it was I had just become familiar with joint venture partnerships and affiliate partnerships, or joint venture, anyway, concept. I was familiar with the concept, but I didn't know there was such a thing as a manager that, took you, that handled the whole thing. So, wow.
Well, it's a huge way to grow it's a simple but easy way to grow your business. And so most people that I know who are open to promoting for other people, like I know some people who just absolutely will not promote for someone else.
Okay.
And I think they're being short-sighted in a way, because they're just closing off this area. And I've seen people have, $1 million plus launches from having affiliates promote for them.
Wow.
Huge launches over many years. So, you can take your business from, a 6-figure level to a 7-figure, 8-figure level in no time if you get the right partners on board.
Yeah.
And the sky's the limit.
So in your courses, do you help people or guide them through the process so they know how to make it work for them?
Yes. So, and they'll see a lot of the outline in that gift. So I take them through how to get a client, how to identify their ideal client, how to set up their home-based office, what kinds of programs and systems to put in place, because I have certain things that I've created on my own over the years that work for me to keep me organized.
Okay.
And how to start building your network, how to look for potential partners, how to go through their website and navigate and try to identify if they've got a similar audience. I do a lot of helping people create emails where they would go out to prospect for partners and meet partners. Okay. And then also on the other side, once they are representing a client, prospect letters or pitch letters that they can create to pitch to other people when they want to tell people about the clients that they're representing and the products and the different elements to look for. Like, what does their funnel look like? Do they have a free gift to give away? What does their sales page look like? Does what's the conversion rate on the opt-in? What's the EPC, average EPC at the end, so that you can give your affiliates an idea of how well that offer converts. So a lot of those different elements. My program is actually 12 modules. I don't take them through every module in that PDF, but it's a good start.
Okay. And it explains, because I know some people who are new into this, they might not know what a funnel is or landing page and things like that.
Yeah. So I didn't either when I started. So you'll learn. I think by osmosis, I kind of became when I started looking at every offer and evaluating it for my clients, I started studying it. So you become a student. Just because you want to learn more about what your clients are doing and what's working for them and what's working for other people. So definitely we'll learn all about that. And it's not rocket science. It's all very learnable, very easy to learn, very doable.
And what an amazing, it's just a great concept. It's like fascinating.
Mm-hmm. And you can work with people from anywhere. I mean, all over the world. I've had clients in Canada. I've had clients in other parts of this country. I have JV and affiliate partners all over the world. So it really doesn't matter where you are, as long as you've got an internet connection. And my husband and I travel every summer. I mean, I spent 2 months in my RV this summer and worked from the RV everywhere we went. So
you can work from the beach, anywhere.
Yeah. As long as you've got an internet connection, you can connect with anyone.
I love it. Awesome. All right. Well, again, if you're watching live, please post comments below. Tammy is going to be in the group as well, so she can answer questions later or reply to comments. I'll reply to comments as well. Tammy, I want to thank you again for being here with us today and sharing your brilliance and your genius with us, because I know several people are going to want to jump on this because it's amazing. And I will post the link for the ebook. I apologize, but I'm not sure what happened. I haven't been in BeLive for a while, but I'll post it below so you'll have access to that. And also your website is
rockstarjv.com.
Okay. And I'll put your email and social media links as well. So
and if you have any questions, just let me know. I know it can be it sounds complicated, but it's really easy. So if you have questions, let me know.
Awesome. All right. Good night, everybody. Thank you again. Tammy, thank you for being here with me.
Oh, thank you, Julie. I so appreciate it. I'm so glad to connect with you, and I hope to connect with all of you. So enjoy your new, hopefully I got some ideas going here. So.
All right, so hang with me for just a second. All right, I'm going to say goodbye. Signing off for now. Good night, everyone.